Yo, it's Big Body Brax. It feels like forever since I've done one of these, but here we are. It's time for another deck profile. Today I'm going to come at you with an Evil Hero deck profile. Now, when the Evil Heroes first came out, they were a laughingstock. It was just, there was really no way to play them. Having Evil Heroes in the middle, barely. I mean, it was what, Infernal Gainer and Evil Prodigy and then Malicious Edge, and that was it. And then their fusions, you know? And their fusions were all just Elemental Heroes fused together with Dark Fusion. It was very, very stupid. So let's, without further ado, get right into it. So we've got Armageddon Knight. We all know what Armageddon Knight does. The thing we do with him in this deck is you send Sinister Necrom to the graveyard with him, or Shadow Mist, depending on, you know, what are you looking for, how your hand's looking, what you got on the field, you know, stuff like that. Also, we have a Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, just because we do have a couple of light monsters mixed with our dark monsters, and, you know, it never hurts to just be able to banish a card, you know, and after you special summon this guy easily. And next is Chaos Emperor Dragon. Same reason, just a big bad, kind of allows you to, oh yeah, I gotta light in the dark, I don't have nothing else in my hand, let me do this play, you know. Next is Cyber Dragon. Light monster, easily put out on the field. The name of this deck is Two Sides of the Same Con. It's supposed to be coin. But it's like, these Evil Heroes work well with these, you know, Envoy. Synergizes pretty good. Next, I'll run two Honest Neos. If you have a hero deck, you pretty much have to run Honest Neos. I just feel like that. It's too good of a card, man. It's honest, but for elemental heroes, and it's a 2500 attack boost. It's hard to pass that up. Next is Shadow Mist. You run two of them. I mean, I don't know what else to say about Shadow Mist. If you can special summon them, you can grab a change, or if he goes to the graveyard, you can grab whatever hero. It's just a Stratos, basically, effect. And then speaking of Stratos, we have two of them. I only went with two in this, just because, you know, how often do you really need him? Twice is the perfect amount for him. Next is Evil Hero Adusted Gold. Now, you can discard him, add one Dark Fusion, or one card that specifically lists Dark Fusion in its text from your deck to your hand. He has 2100. Pretty good beat stick, except for he can't attack unless you control a fusion monster, which, if you're doing the right thing, you should have one on the field. You probably won't even see him that much on the field, just because he's better served to go to the graveyard so you could go get the card you need to start making your fusion plays. Next, we have two Evil Hero Infernal Prodigies, strictly because Malicious Edge. Hopefully draw these two in the same hand. Boom, special summon Infernal, and then normal summon Tribute Malicious Edge. Not really much to say about them. You tribute summon a hero card with them, you get to draw a card, so it's a little draw power, it's a special summon power. We go triple Malicious Edge, because if you draw them, there's a good chance you have somebody on the field you contribute, or if you draw them, you should have a polymerization or a fusion type card. Going back to this guy, we run three Evil Hero Sinister Necroms. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Evil Hero monster from your hand or deck. That's another reason we run triple Malicious Edge, because if we don't see him in our hand, we could put him on the field just by doing this. I mean, this works with Foolish Burial, this works with Armageddon Knight. Really good card. This is one of the new cards. Him in Adusted Gold gave us some legacy support for our Evil Hero decks that we were desperately trying to make decent. And next we have Go Gorum. He's strictly in here for the Evil Hero Gaia fusion. It's a high attack rock monster. Same thing with Rockstone Warrior, except for he's a level 4, so if you can't fusion and you draw him and you don't have a way to fuse, I mean, at least he could kind of be helpful. Okay, and on to the spell cards. We run two Dark Callings, which is basically Miracle Fusion, but you can use your hand and your graveyard. Then we have one Dark Fusion I only run it at 1 because you have 2 Dark Callings, and you have this card, which I'll explain later, so you can use Polymerization the same way you use Dark Fusion. Foolish Burial, because you want to get your Necrom into the, that either him or, like I said, same thing, Armageddon Knight. We want to get either Shadow Mist or Necrom in the graveyard. Then we run Mask Change because we do have Dark Law in this deck. I like to stay true to Evil Heroes. You know, I like to stay true to the archetype I'm using, but it's too good. it's too good. Dark Law is too good, man. And this kind of gives you like a little bit of versatility in this deck. Then we run 2 Miracle Fusions because we do have some Elemental Heroes as well. It's the same thing. It's versatility. You want to be able to do other things, get certain people out. That's the beauty of Elemental hero decks in general, right? It's the versatility. Then we have Monster Reborn, obvious reasons. 2 Polymerizations, Raigeki, Rhoda, and then 2 Supreme King Castles. And what this does is you can fusion summon fusion monsters that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion with effects other than Dark Fusion. So that's, now I can use Polymerization to get an evil hero out instead of just Dark Fusion or Dark Calling. And also, once per turn during damage calculation, if your Fiend monster battles an opponent's monster, you can send 1 evil hero monster from your deck or extra deck to your graveyard, and your monster gains attack equal to the level of the monster sent to the graveyard times 200 until the end of this turn. Now, that's a great card. That's more of the Evil Heroes legacy support that they provided that actually makes Evil Heroes a semi-viable deck, honestly. Just you get a good beef if you're in a bad spot. You can send somebody and bulk up right quick, or you can just use Miracle Fusion to get an Evil Hero out. Either way, it works very well. Terraforming, because I want to go get this card. I only run 2 instead of 3 because it does kind of suck to have this on the field already and then draw it. Because it's like, okay, cool, I guess I might need it if it gets destroyed. But Terraforming and run it at 2, you're good to go. And Upstart, obvious reasons. No idea why, but I've got Negate Attack. You know why? Because I was too lazy to go get like a Mirror Force or something. But I wanted to be able to stall a little bit just in case my hands aren't looking right. Negate Attack does a good job of it. Probably should do a Mirror Force or something, but this works. Negate Attack is still cool to me because it doesn't go destroy anything. So those cards that can't be destroyed or are unaffected by cards, it doesn't matter. It ends the battle phase. Then we also have Rock Bombardment, which is very weird to have this in the deck, but it makes sense because set it and then just throw one of these guys in the graveyard. Probably go Gorum, so that you can either Dark Calling, if you have Supreme King Castle, Miracle Fusion your Gaia onto the field. And then we run 2 Solemns. If you watch any of my videos before, you know I'm a Solemn Judgment guy. Just because you always have half of your life points. I'll make that point every time to stand by my Solemn Judgments. If you have 1,000 life points left, you can still use Solemn Judgment. You can't use Solemn Warning or Solemn Strike with 1,000. You can't use Solemn Warning or Solemn Strike with 200 life points. So Solemn Judgment makes it for me. Now to the extra deck. We run 2 Elemental Heroes Sunrise. I kind of glossed over a lot of these cards' effects because, we should be pretty familiar with Elemental Heroes. So this guy, 2 hero monsters with different attributes. This whole deck is that if this card is special summon, you could add a Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. Or when an attack is declared involving another hero monster, you can target 1 card and just pop it. So you run 2 of those for the versatility. Then we run 2 The Shinings. The Shining is probably up there in like the top 3 of these Elemental Heroes that are just Elemental Heroes plus a attribute monster. The other one would probably be Great Tornado and then Absolute Zero. Those are top 3. But we don't have any water. I could probably add a Great Tornado to this deck. I think I'm going to do that. So add a Great Tornado to this deck because it only has 14 in the extra. And you do have Stratos. So next is our Evil Hero Dark Gaia. It's 1 Fiend type monster plus 1 rock type monster. That's why we have our rocks in the deck. That's why we have Rock Bombardment. The original attack of this card is equal to the combined original attack of the fusion material monsters used to fusion summon it. Now I had Block Dragon in this deck, but as we know it's banned now. Next is our big bad. This is the guy you want to see. Evil Hero Malicious Bane. He's included in that legacy support. This guy makes Evil Heroes viable again. Not again, but makes Evil Heroes viable for the first time ever. So it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, which is hilarious. And during your main phase, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card's. Also, this card gains 200 attack for each monster destroyed this way. Also, you cannot declare an attack for the rest of this turn, except with hero monsters. You can only use this effect of Evil Hero Malicious Bane once per turn. I mean, are y'all reading this? That's crazy. That's just amazing. That's a really good big bad, hard to get off the field. You got to do some special stuff. I mean, if I had 3 of them, I'd have 3 of them in there. Really good card. Sometimes when I'm playing this deck, I force myself to try to get other cards besides him out, see if that will work. He's just so good, man. What a great addition to the Evil Heroes. Next is Evil Hero Malicious Fiend. This is one of them that was always there, but just didn't work because then you had to pretty much make a Fiend deck. It's Evil Hero Malicious Edge plus a level 6 or higher Fiend monster. So sometimes what I'll do is just 2 Malicious Edge, and that counts. That's why I run 3 of him as well. Then we have Dark Law. Obvious reasons, man. Cut off their GY. And last but not least, we have Extra Hero Inferno Devicer. It's 2 hero monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can reveal 1 hero fusion monster in your extra deck. And if you do, add up to 2 of those fusion materials listed on that card with different names from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon monsters the turn except for hero, blah blah blah. You can only use this effect, Defiant Devicer, once per turn. Fiend monsters, this card points to gain attack equal to its level X 100. So since it says up to, you can use Malicious Fiend, because that's a way you can get Malicious Edge into your hand, is using Inferno Devicer. But anyway, that's the end of this video. If you felt it, if you loved it, just leave a like. I'm not even going to ask for comments anymore, or subscribes, or anything. Just leave a like. It's so easy. If you've made it this far into the video, you're a great person, and I appreciate you deeply. And that's that on that.